Okay, so let's keep backtesting. I want to continue where we left off. So I stopped trading the 20th of March 2019. So I'm going to continue from the 21st. And oh yeah, I gotta change this. All right, give me a sec. All right, so let's go to 9M open. Let's look at the weekly. I don't remember as much. So the weekly does open high first, it looks like. Engage over a pretty relevant key level. Except there is SMT here. Okay, let me see the day close. See what he did on Monday. So Monday we expand. Oh, this is gonna be okay. BSP here as well. I think this week probably wants to go lower. There is SMT right with this high. We're displacing away. Look at this candle's close, right? This candle just kind of rebalanced the range. I think we probably want to trade lower. So like internal range liquidity will be my draw liquidity like that. Here we don't really have much. Let me see. Don't really have much. Like perhaps a new week opening gap, right? The week opening, we could do that, something like that. I'll put it as a low. Yeah, look at this. Look at this retracing work from previous swings, right? Perfect. I mean, it's just a week, right? It's opening high first for a shallow low. Okay, yeah, I cannot use this indicator, I think. Or does it work? All right, as of now, it works. It's a little bit buggy on the daily. Doesn't mind these, I guess. Alright, so we got C2 on every asset, PSP, right? There's SMT between these. And look at the weekly candles, right? Pretty large expansion. I think it's fine if we get something back into the range, right? A lot of days into expansion, like that expanded, right? Even this. More so on NQ. Well, alright, so 4 hour. Let's leave 4 hour. No, honestly, I'll say ideally NQ hit this because this is not really expecting EQ of this, isn't it? It's pretty much bottom line doing that. Alright, this is just green enough figure swing here. So it's not very good on NQ. So this was iPhone C yesterday. I mean not yesterday, but yeah. So we're pretty large. We're pretty much here. The swing point is created before this candle opens. I'm trusting this like today to continue off of that, but here it's not really a swing point. Or it's not C2 candle close. You can see Yankee. I mean YM and RTY being the weakest. We can notice that the day here is making a shallow high and every else, and then it's expanding lower right away. So it's not the right framework for shorts, I would say. And like this high is in these opposing candles, so like I wouldn't consider this a fair swing to this high. These are very spaced out. So we're gonna stick to same thing on ES, right? We got even SMT here. Oh yeah, what I would have wanted is NQ for NQ to take out this side. And that's very ideal, right? We get this SMT like this working so way better. But yeah, so NQ doesn't take out this side, which is unfortunate. Or even like SMT here, we don't have that. Okay, so we have to be mindful. But I'm just gonna stick to trading pretty much YM and ES if I had to guess. So we're tracing currently. We are gonna have an hourly gap here. I'm probably not even gonna look at lower time frame gaps. You can see though this gap is larger on NQ. That could be a form of trend switch, but we have to see if we respect this gap first. Okay, so let's just see. So we're between 30 minute. Alright, so we do have SMT fill on the 30 minute here. Like that. We're just gonna track it like this. Let's see what happens on the lower time frame though. We got 50 minute swing point. Let's see. No, not really. So I'm assuming this high is probably gonna be taken. So this is probably not gonna hold, I would assume. Errors, right? You take out the high, I guess there's no swing point, so down 9M is opening high first. Alright, we're just kind of consolidating here. I'll be completely honest. It's a very deep retracement here. Uh, yeah, we just have to wait here. Alright, so that's the driver right there. So expanding higher. Again, all I see this is just a manipulation before hitting these lows. And the 4 hour chart is pretty ass. I gotta remove this, man. I should literally change. Yeah, I cannot use it. Bro, it so fucking sucks, man. This year is so good, and I do use it. I mean, not this one exactly, but yeah. So we're going to switch time frames on our own. So now this wick is pretty much rejecting this, right? Am I bullish? No, definitely not. But we're probably gonna have to wait for 10 at this point. I mean, actually, unless we get a V-shape lower, but I doubt we will. Okay, so if we were, no, I wouldn't be bullish. Okay, I guess, yeah, I guess if we were bullish, this would have been a pretty good opportunity. Are we, because we don't take up real estate stuff. Not that I would have seen anything here. This CSD, don't even get this prior to the driver. Yeah, so it's pretty much nothing. No, I don't think I would have long this, I'll be honest. The weekly, I guess, yeah, I mean, NQ is the strongest, so. But I don't know about these assets, if they're gonna leave fair swings like this. Right, look at this. These are as left equal lows, literally. I'm seeing this more so as a manipulation, but we could actually leave these here. Sometimes that does happen, right? Especially if we fail to manipulate this high, right? Because now we hit this high. I wouldn't say it's even like irrelevant swing on NQ. It's pretty spaced out from the other ones on ES and YM. So we do have S&T with this. Kind of a fair swing. Yeah, it is a fair swing, man. Probably, honestly, I'm just looking at the eye of the day here. As a possible relevant swing, right? I mean, I'm gonna track these down, but if we fail to manipulate this, I guess we could probably get to this high, right? We'll see. We'll see. I'm not even looking at RTY. Yeah. So we actually just failed to manipulate this. Yeah, we're a crazy day. What a crazy day. I was not expecting this, I'll be honest. Usually, and that's like no trade you could have taken even if I was bullish. Usually, we don't long away from this. And whenever like 3 assets, well, it's not triad, of course, out of the triad, even NQ, though, look, I mean, there is SMT with this, but whenever like 3 assets within the indices leave fair swing like this, I usually would not trade higher. So this is 10, by the way, so definitely a bullish close. Yeah, we have bullish CSD here. I don't think we can go lower. Like, it would be insane if NQ hits this and then starts reversing. Very slow PA though here. It's like, this kind of has to be it if we're gonna go lower. Alright. I wouldn't trade that. I wouldn't trade that at all. Look at this. PSP here. Oh, that's not even SMT fill yet. We cannot trade this in my opinion. Oh, pretty much now we failed to replay this. Yeah, look at this. There's not no way. Now we hit this high. Oh, I guess my bias for that day was wrong, but didn't force any trades. I don't think there were any. Like we would probably trade Wham to it. I don't know, man. Yeah, like if we did fail to manipulate this, but that was 50 minutes swim point here, right? Or 30 minute. No, nothing like that. There's no SMT. Yeah, I'm just very interesting to see if this day it's probably gonna close bullish. Look at NQ. Alright, so we're gonna skip to the next step. Inside, do we retreat inside of a gap? No, C2 into expansion. Okay. We do have like SMT with this low and whatnot. Yeah, I guess the only asset I could probably trade here is this. with SMT, I guess, because the day is opening the first, it does put in an SMT. I would have to long this like 50 minutes, there's no 30 minute. I guess you probably can like you long this all the 9 AM open pretty much. Yeah, I could have done that, so my bad for not recognizing that we were bullish. Oh, but that's fine. You can see a whole lot of days of expansion, so yeah. As this is just a retracement, but I would expect us to hit something relevant before going higher, right? This is just fader swings now. Again, the only asset it did is something relevant was RTY. So we can actually just go to Friday and we can skip to next day open. So now this weekly candle, well, actually not a whole lot. It didn't expand as much. You can see this. This could go either way. This is where we actually do have SMT. We can trade something back into the range. I mean, honestly, we're leaving these fair swings on, like you can see here. Alright, that's the high of the week as well. I already hit this gap, so that would have been pretty much my draw on liquidity. Let me look at the 4 hour here, or get rid of this. Pretty deep retracement here on my M, where we hit this gap right here. So it's like this. If you're trying to be bullish. Is there a daily draw on? There's no draw here on liquidity. Or there's no daily draw. There's like this gap. I already filled this gap. And here I can probably just log as there is cracking correlation here as well, by the way, with this high. This is not looking bad, but yeah. Where do you short towards? Like this hourly gap? I'd rather not do that, I'll be honest. I think today's probably likely to expand lower. So we hit this gap as well. SPT break with the same gap. Imagine. I don't know. Yeah, I'm looking at this now. This day is opening low first. I'm like, why am I in RTY is leaving fair swings rare? I'm probably gonna have to see the driver here. It could go either way. I'll be honest. I don't know if NQ is probably not gonna hit. Like, probably not gonna expand cleanly higher. So like, how many days of multiple expansions we got, right? Oh, we're just gonna have to see here. Alright, see what this is. It's not am open. Are we inside of a gap, by the way? 15 minute? We are. Where is like SMT fill in this? Pretty crazy. Let me see. Okay, this looks so ass. I guess if you wanted to trade like this SMT fill, we would take in this CSD. It's probably fine, I guess. This one takes so long though. Look at this, it's leaving Fury swings. That's not a good sign. I guess probably could work, but like when does that happen? Or right before 9? 5 minute? No, this looks so ass, I'll be completely honest. And here there's like no draw liquidity, like we already hit this gap. We're probably not gonna expand towards that low, if I had to guess. Yeah, here we're just laying like this is probably gonna be like the manipulation leg before we go higher. So you can see this is very slow placement. This is before the driver. Got rid of his V shape. Alright. Do I crack correlation here? No, there's no SMT. This sucks, man. Freaking sucks. As a reversal day, by the way, I think this RTY is looking pretty neat. So you get this 5 minute. Holy shit, look at this 5-minute CSD. We're probably gonna get. Oh, never mind. Tripping. Okay, can get proportion blood out of this. So we do get it on YM and key to PSB into continuation. So that we can get this 5. Already got this 5-minute. We got the 5-minute here. It's leaving a bunch of fair swings here. That's what I don't like about YM. Honestly, can he even do that? That would be pretty insane. I need like the opening price here for war. So this also looks like it wants to re-hit these lows, which is kind of making me hesitant about taking this on YM. Right? If I look at this, if I just look at YM, this would be a pretty good trade. But look at this also, right? That's not a good sign. We could take ES though, right? First, same. No CSD on every asset, and we start expanding away. And honestly, but the problem here is daily. Well, we still have previous days high. Actually, that's not bad at all. It's kind of this wick. Actually, this has the smallest wick. Let me see where 2R would have been here. Or would be. With the opening price. Yeah, I can definitely get to work with that. We could try that. Again, so if I'm trading ES, I don't really care about this. Right? We could try this for sure. Okay, so we got absolutely wrecked, leaving equal highs. Oh, we had this, but leaving equal highs here. I think that's pretty valid. We don't have a 5-minute CSD on this house. Oh, so this is a 5-minute gap. Okay. Yeah. So that's pretty unlucky. Honestly, this could still. Okay, never mind. We're just gonna expand lower apparently. I guess I faded the bias for today, which was bearish here. Yeah, so that's a mistake on my part. Let me go and refresh this real quick. Alright, so I'm just fading my bias here. So why would this fail is we're leaving fair swings, right? There's no SMT here. So these are just fair swings. This is not V-shape, right? Ideally, if I was in this trade, I'll enter somewhere around here. You can see RTY is going lower. Do we have SMT fills? See, no. 2-stage, because RTY did hit that. Flame hits this for, yeah, actually we do. So it doesn't hit that. So now we get bear CSD where I'm more interested in rating, like, I mean, current RTY has been the weakest. I'm just having a hard time, like, expecting price to expand past this low with no draw on liquidity on the left. Yeah. Yeah. So there's not really much you can do here. Or there's just like SMT with this. So again, no trade I think for today. This is pretty much we're out at the lowest point of that. This gap. Already hit this gap. Is this actually gonna hit this low? That'd be pretty crazy. Well, if 10 AM opens here, it's definitely possible. Okay, hold on. This is pretty freaking good still. Great. To get this is pretty small though. Yeah, so we get a gap here. Yeah, we do. I want to see 4 hour close real quick. Oh yeah. We do have SMT with the load can on RTY, but that should be fine. We go close RTYs to this low. Yeah. It's just it's not good drawn liquidity on like. Okay, see if we get a 5 minute first, we do get this 5 minute. So let me go back. And on my end, we get a 1 minute at least. He's also starting. He also inverse this gap. We have an inversion here? No. Okay, not yet, because this candle still has to close. I would probably have to wait here. Like, personally, I would take this. Does it get too far? Not really. Even if I use the bodies, it's not quite too hard. I'll probably need this. Like I said, I don't get filled on this. It's fine. Oh wait, no, this is okay. Yeah, this is the what make this. So yeah, even using the so there's no 3 minutes yet. Okay, that stop loss does not make any sense. We could take this on YM though. You can see ES CSD. Or this still hasn't CSD. This is pretty much at this point of the day. You can take this. Right. This definitely offers 2R with this low. I would just enter market. And pretty much this would be my break even. I see if you get wrecked here. So yeah, this 15-minute candle is about to close. Get a gap. Oh, it's not looking good, guys. So now this is expanding. So it shows pretty much the shittiest asset. Okay, so we could probably trail there. I don't like this S&T, man. Okay, we can trail. We can go break even there. Because now we have this OB where we hit the lowest point of the day. So I don't know if this delivers on the. There is. Very clean. We could probably trade an NQES as well, I guess, if you would have wanted to root for this. This would be pretty good as well, but there's no draw, right? I'm just assuming that ideally we take this, but alright, so it's expanding past that low. I was not expecting this on a Friday, I'll be honest. Look at this insane expansion. When we're this close to the draw, right? You can definitely expect this to be hit. Expansion past it, definitely not. That's what I wanted like 2R with this. Alright, even this here, it's very close to the opening price of the. Yeah, that's the opening price. I guess you could try and gotten 2R with the opening price. Okay, so I would definitely been filling this like 5 minutes. Yeah, for sure, for sure. So I'm already taking this. I wasn't expecting this, I will be honest. So I already take this, right? I don't even know if that hit. Okay, yeah, there is. It gets hit the same low. I already take this. Yeah, this is way better. Yeah, something back into the range, which I was expecting yesterday, but still. All right, so I gotta go next week. No news still, bro. This is March. It's like no fucking news at all. All right. So the weekly close is a C2, DSP. Not really a C2. Okay, so not a C2 here. But there's definitely a daily swing point, right? Yep, this is a daily C2. So it's not technically a weekly C2, but ESP here, and we're pretty much at the. Already took out that low. This weekly fair value gap here. No, yeah, this is weekly. Okay. This weekly low. This was a daily low. That's the next relevant swing. Here we're the inside of this weekly gap, as was this daily. This will be our next, but it's looking like we're probably. I mean, unless we get SMT with this low, I don't know if this we can reverse. We already have it actually. We do have SMT with this low. RTY. So it really depends what RT1 wants to do here. We have pretty relevant swing. I just pretty spaced out. Problem is, I don't see this expansion happening as much. Probably gonna hit this low if I had to guess. So here today's open low first. We have a C2 into expansion. Do we hit this? No, this is literally the same thing, right? We're already left very swing. Look at this, right? Are we gonna reverse with these? Probably not. I wouldn't count it. So it's probably YM hit this and these are spaced out, right? Same thing. I would just assume this is a retracement. Okay, so what are we doing? Let's start DI today. On these assets. Okay, so this 4 hour doesn't really support expansion unless it's on RTY. Okay, it just doesn't support expansion on Q. That's fine. So we have SMT here currently. We have to see if that holds though. I don't know if NQ is going to be able to reverse here. Ideally, we want to see this high being taken, right? And a C2 into expansion at 9. Or we will maintain the SMT. That would be the ideal thing here. Instead, we just expand away. I did not mean to click that, my bad. Also, based on this 15-minute close, okay. Yeah, we cannot trust that to remain there. We are expanding cleanly away from this. I'll be honest, it's pretty weird. Problem is, I mean, let's see. Okay, so we do get this 5-minute V shape. Okay, we get this to continuation as well. I can probably trust this SMD to hold at this point. Which means we might be able to trade. Honestly, this does not look like pretty good. This is way cleaner on like NQ. If I had to be completely honest. Is this wick extremely large? Not really. I think this is trade. No, this we could trade the lagging ass. I'll probably need a gap here. Get something like this. Is that the lowest point of the day? No. I'm only tracking. So is this right before the driver? So we could take this in my opinion. I would take this. Alright, so it just unfortunately hits 2R right away. I guess you could probably short market, I'll be honest. Don't need a gap, I guess. Like just 2R with the lowest point of the day, right? So why am I taking the lagging assets? Because driver shouldn't really manipulate this high if these assets are gonna expand as well, right? And if these assets retrace higher, then usually the driver will just, I mean, my stop loss is not very close to this, but yeah. I would take this. This is like trading away from a swing. It's not as clean. Like ideally we take out that high, to be honest, but yeah, just based on these 15-minute closes where this 5-minute V shape, not 3-minute one, this 3-minute V shape here. Or that hits TP right away with the driver. Oh, there it is, right? Look at this. As you can see, the lagging asset now becomes the leader, right? You can see this expand. This is retracing. You can just tell from this signature that it's likely this asset retraces. That's why usually prior to the driver, I short or like where I trade the lagging asset to catch up If there is already a manipulation, the driver should expand, okay? Or trade the middle asset. In this case would be yes, probably more. Pretty much, probably. It's not as clean. I mean, it's not, doesn't look too bad though. Even this CSD was tradable. And here you could even have your the stop loss is pretty closer, way closer to this as well. Yeah, where I just like this signature right here. As we just traded the manipulation. All right. We might have traded. No, no, no. Okay, we just wanted to manipulate these highs. Most of the time, this doesn't happen. Like ideally here, we got pretty lucky guess because we got to our before this happened, but usually the driver will pull a strength switch. Not always, but most of the time there will be a strength switch where Enki doesn't take out this high, right? Because it already has manipulated this one point. Whereas these assets, right? This is how the strength switch. Usually, I personally that's how I usually find it that happens around drivers, right? It's like if you think about it, drivers are as there to resync the market, right? Usually we'll get one side expansion in with the driver, thanks to the driver. So we shouldn't manipulate this high, but we do. So what a V-shape CSD here. I don't think this is tradable though. We definitely need 10 AM or if a bulky, very bulky OB here. Did we hit those point at that there? We did, okay. PSP here. Okay, so this is 10 right here. Honestly, if you get this 5-minute slash 3-minute. Okay. The problem is YM. So YM still hasn't hit this low. And on RTY, we are failing to manipulate this. So this is 10 AM. We are not trading. I guess, yeah, this like candle 2, 3. This would be candle 4 as an expansion candle. I'll be honest, I think it's looking like it's possible. This PSP here though, there's like no CISD on YM. I wanna know. There is like a CSD here. Honestly, I'll probably see a Q at these size, bro. But there's no gap. This is so ass. We're very close to this though. I don't know. I think this price shouldn't stall around here. It could probably take out less high, but I'm willing to take like this. This would be the second CSD after manipulation where we manipulate these highs. Which I think is the highs. No, it's not the highs point of that. Manipulate these highs, V shape. This will be the continuation, right? We could probably use like the 1-minute bodies here. We don't get this 1-minute OB yet, actually. Do I get to read this? What's below this low? Is that daily low? Oh, yeah. I need to work with that, yeah, for sure. Something like this. So we hit the lowest point of the day first here, though. So I would have, like, if I got filled, it would have been before it hits this. So I might close this break even here. So ideally, I don't even enter this trade. Now we're failing to manipulate again. I guess, I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't enter this. I would not enter that, unfortunately. We could take this though. Oh, what is that? I never used that shit. We could probably take this. Is there SMD there? No, this swing is not. It's a fair swing here. Again, this would be the second CSD. Where we get this right. The problem is here we're about to get a gap, right? Yeah. So this candle could just close bullish and we hit this. Man, unfortunately, I think you have to go break even there. This is not super close proximity. Yeah, these are very spaced out. It's no hourly. I guess this is the next swing, so you have to go break even there. Or you just don't enter because it's this, like, or you enter market, wherever. Do the enter market, just go break even there. So there's this. Honestly, here, there's no swing point, so I'm just not gonna take it. It's just like, I think yes, and then Q probably won't hit that high. I'm just assuming they're probably gonna expand over here, as opposed to retrace inside of this gap. Alright, so what about this? What is that low? I don't remember. I track these. So it's daily gaps here. Okay, I guess we could hit this probably. I'll down and Q a little bit more. This limit order is not gonna get filled, bro. I need to worry with that. Does. Okay. Oh yeah, we're so good. I'm sorry, sure. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's the close. Holy. Yeah, so I should probably wait for this 15-minute gap to be filled. So there was SMT between these sides now. This flips. Alright. Reshaping our room phase swings. Alright. Guess we did hit. No, never mind. That's pretty weird. That's pretty fucking weird. It's just, it kind of makes sense on RTY, I guess. So yeah, like 10M is opening low first. This does not support expansion lower, so we're pretty much cooked here. There's no way I can short this. Once we hit this high. So we do hit it, but it's not reversing it. We're just expanding past that. Again, what the fuck is this, man? Yet another no trade day because. No, actually, we did get to war here. Never mind. But yeah, this market is pretty fucking weird. Okay, so this is kind of started to reverse. It hit the ice point of the day, but there's like no way this 4-hour candle expands lower on any of these assets. Like we have to wait for the new 6-hour candle, which will be 12. We had this ahead of 12 as well. That's crazy. Well, let me see the 6 colors. PSP, no? Well, technically, yeah. This is tradable, to be completely honest. 12 edge should probably expand here. I'm not taking this trade because it's very fucking late, but yeah. Oh, we get wrecked, unfortunately. And that delivers. Okay, I guess yeah, we'll probably wait for this kind of form its wick. Should trade this 3-minute. Let's see if that delivers. I'm honestly only interested in the if we're actually gonna go lower with 12 or not. We are. Okay, so yes, hit the lowest point of the day. Alright. Again, ideally this doesn't cause. Alright, sorry, be stop by breaking here. Where plenty of 2 hour opportunities there, but yeah. So that's gonna be Monday. We'll do. I'll leave that just on another day. So now the weekly candles are going low first. It's already expanding. We're expanding away from this SMT, right? Between these lows. It's a PSP. Candle close. Here, though, again, I'm looking at this. I think this is probably a retracement. I'll be completely honest. Yeah, look at this, right? Now the day is opening high first as well here. We hit the lowest point of the day, but we're still leaving these fair swings, as you can see here. That's not a reversal, in my opinion. It can be, it's very choppy, but it could be on YM. I just I don't really see it, even here, or still leaving fair swings. Yeah, the day opens high first. We are pretty much every us is putting in swing point here. There's no cracking correlation at this high. B shape 50 minutes ESD with SMT here. Dude. Is there anywhere to go, bro? We might actually just short this. I'll be completely honest. We might actually just short this. Right to 9. We might actually just fucking short this. That's a 4 hour support expansion. It's a relatively small wick. I guess like I'm going for this low, like the low today. Overall, we should expand towards these lows. This has no wick. No, it does have a wick. Okay. Lower wick. I would try this personally. Like if I see, it's not super V-shape, I guess. Yeah, Lithami looks pretty ass. It's just a V-shape 15-minute pretty much with a C2. So we shouldn't re-manipulate this high. Yeah, let me take this. Oh, we don't have. Oh, wait, hold on. We don't have it yet on YM, thus invalidating this SMT. I keep making the same mistakes, man. So we have to wait for this to take it, and then yeah, there's otherwise that SMT just doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, it's not likely to hold. Alright, now we can hit it on every single asset. Well, I guess the SMT is holding. Now it's a C2 here. Yeah, we don't have this 5-minute yet. So we have 3-minute on ES, 3-minute on YM, 3-minute on RTY. Which one of these do we trade, bro? I think the one that has the cleanest V shape. I would trust these opposing candles here. Even on ES, actually looks way better on ES. Probably gonna be the middle asset, but we just want to play this high again. So take this. So we just wait for every asset to be in sync. Okay, now we don't have this ESD yet. Okay. But every other asset is, and we have a very clean inversion. Okay, so this is, let's see what happens here, but alright, so we get stopped off. That's unlucky, man. I would take this for sure. Yeah, this one I would take. I kind of bullshitting around. I guess we wanna hit this high. Yes, we do hit that high. Expand past this. At this point, so we got CSD here. At this point, this 4-hour candle does not support expansion lower. Where are we expanding towards, bro? Dude, there's like no drawn liquidity here. No established low today. Alright, this is pretty crazy, but yeah, I'll be completely honest. Alright, so this is 10. There's no way we're gonna go past the lowest point of the day here. Look at this close. Look at this close. There's no draw here, man. I will not be bullish here. There's no way. No chance in hell. No chance in hell. Alright, so I think I'm skipping this day. Unless we V-shape. We do V-shape with SMT. Okay. Is this between 90... Oh, 6 and 4. Yeah, no. It is, okay. So when I see this hold, of course. Dude, what the fuck is it doing though? It's like this, literally. No, it's like with this. Yeah. Where... Well, this would be both the continuation, but it's not V-shape. I'll probably wait for this to give me like a proportional like that. Get a 5-minute first? No. I mean, tough to see. Alright, so we do get it on ES. This house is just creating too many failure swings. We don't even have SMT there. Can we even expand that low? Okay, so we hit that gap. I'm probably gonna see when also CSD lower here. Alright, so now it does. Now we can trade this. Alright, technically here we don't have SMT. Oh, I thought we did between these candles highs. So we don't have that. What chances do we trade here? Okay, so this is very V-shaped. This is very close to the fucking low as well. Oh, that candle, like this 30-minute low. So just like in this case, we just has less fair swing. So this is not fair swing, and this is a CSD. So this is not fair swing, and then we take out this high and CSD lower here. There's our fair swing, right? Just this. So ideally, we trade either NQ or ES, and I really like these opposing candles on ES, man. If I'm looking to the left, this again, this CSD was V-shape, and also this. I'll probably take this. Let's see what happens here. Alright, so we get absolutely railed. I guess this day does not support expansion lower anymore. Or we want to add some teeth. Yeah, okay. At this point, it's super late. Alright, so yeah. You just want another stage. Is this even gonna deliver? I don't even know, man. Okay, we could probably go break even there. So it does deliver. Okay. Just timing this very poorly 2 times. So I need to really break even there. Yeah, we're just wanting to do this. Yeah. I still really like this trade. This pre-market, well, honestly, even this, even that, we left equal those, bro. However, I need 2 hours, so I really don't care. So yeah, we're gonna end this backtesting session here. Actually, I'll go over the analytics, and let's see. So break even day there 4 hour. It was pretty fast, only 3 days. Yeah. Let's see how this day closes at least. we're definitely, in my opinion, definitely hit the lowest point of the day. Yeah. So if you held this, this would have been right. You know, you have the S&T, this other V shape. If you held this, yeah, this would have been pretty insane R, right? No established low today. Oh, yeah, that's gonna be it.